everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel of Spark Hansraj. Today, we are back with our budget series, and I'm sure Budget 2023 is your most searched topic for now. From breaking down the budget to analyzing all its aspects and to answering the most important question, what effect it has on me as an individual. Here are we.
We have with us Dr. S.P. Sharma, who is currently serving as Deputy Secretary General at PHD Chamber of Commerce and Industry, India. He has also served as Research Officer at Government of India and ABP at Tata Capital Limited. Thank you for joining in, sir.
Thank you for joining in, sir.
Thank you very much. And I would like to congratulate firstly Hansa Scholars for organizing this very good discussion on the budget 23-24. And I appreciate the brilliant students, those who are very keen to listen about food. Starting with the economic survey, which is produced one day before the union budget to set the tone of the economy. Union budget for the year 23-24 has been set on the tune of many challenges in the global market arena. Like economic survey, firstly, I would like to discuss the economic survey. That economic survey has provided great insights into the future because that is a very promising economic survey that highlights the major five things of the Indian economy. First is the resilience of the economy. As we recovered sharply from the impact of coronavirus in 2021, we recovered in the quarter two of 2021, and thereafter we posted a 8.7% growth rate in 21-22. That was the great thing which happened. And we were the fastest moving economy in the world economic system. So, and thereafter, at the growth of 8.7%, then again we are growing at 7% for the current year. So we are growing at a high rate, and we are growing at a high base also. So that is the resilience of the Indian economy, that now we are growing consistently. Firstly, 8.7% in 2022, then 7% in 22-23, and 6.5% in the next year, which is projected by the Government of India, somewhere between 6 to 6.8%. So I would like to mention that still many economies in the world economic system have not recovered from the impact of coronavirus. There are more than 30 economies which have not recovered from the impact of coronavirus. Their growth rates are still below the pre-pandemic growth rates. But we have recovered a lot, and our growth rates are higher than our pre-pandemic growth rates. That is the resilience of the economy. And this has happened with the sound demand. We have a great demand in our economy, which is supported by the government. Government capex, government capital expenditure, is a major support of the demand trajectory in the Indian economy. So that is the second thing which is highlighted by the economic survey. And third thing is the control over prices. As we were observing high commodity prices and the high inflation, and inflation peaked in a higher trajectory for the WPI and CPI. But the calibrated efforts of the government and calibrated efforts of the RBI, now we are able to address the inflation situation. Now the inflation is diminishing. Both the inflations are below 6% for the recent months. And the fourth thing, which is also very promising, that the private capex is also reviving. Private investments has started coming in the economy. As government capex is a major driver, so now the private capex is also happening in the economy. And the fifth thing is credit growth to MSME sector. Credit growth to MSME sector is growing at the rate of 30% in the first 9 months of the current financial year. That is a great thing which has happened in the financial trajectory, that our now MSMEs are attracted by the credit growth. So that has also happened in the economy. And the fifth thing, that though we will face the slowdown in our exports because of the slowdown in the major destinations of the Indian economy, but the loss will be fulfilled by the domestic demand trajectory. We have a great demand at the domestic level, and with the support of the demand, we can grow more than 6% for the next financial year also. So these are the five major findings of the economic survey, which is very, very promising. And on the backdrop of this economic survey, now government has produced the Union Budget 23-24, which is for the, I would say, a blueprint for a developed economy. As we are in the Amrit Kal, and we will achieve our 100 years of independence by 2047. So these 25 years are the called are Amrit Kal, uh, right? So in this Amrit Call period, government has visioned four major things. There are four major opportunities in this Amrit Call. First is the economic empowerment of the women, and second is the Vishwakarma, like the facilitations to the various karigars and the handicrafters and such kind of skill developers, that is called the Vishwakarma. And third is the tourism sector, and fourth is the green growth. So all these four pillars would be providing a trajectory of great growth to the Indian economy and to achieve our objective and to become a world economy by 2047. So this year budget on such pillars has been built with the Saptarishi, which is called the Saptarishi. Saptarishis are: number one, inclusive development; number two, reaching the last mile; number three, infrastructure and investments; number four, unleashing the potential; number five, green growth; number six, youth power; number seven, financial sector. So if we talk about the inclusive development, the government has produced so many reforms for the agriculture sector, which provides a great trajectory of the inclusiveness in the economy. And the government is very serious to push the agriculture growth trajectory to the next level. And we thank our farmers that we are going consistently more than 3% during the last 4 years consistently. So that is the great thing which has happened in the farm sector, which has supported the demand trajectory also, which has supported us during the difficult time of coronavirus. Only one sector, agriculture sector, was in positive uh, in the pandemic period. Other all sectors were impacted by the various segments and various happenings in the international economy and the impact of COVID-19. So now going forward, government is very serious about the agriculture sector, and because a major push, major demand is also coming from the agriculture sector. So government is coming out with more and more reforms, and they have provided 20 lakh crore outlay for the credit to the farmers. That is a great thing, that the farmers will be facilitated by the more and more financial push, so that they are able to meet up their demand for their raw materials, demand for their seeds. This will provide a great support to the to our farmers. That will build inclusive content in our economy, and also in the inclusiveness, there are thoughts in the economic survey that there will be colleges for the nursing and the skill development for the unskilled and the semi-skilled, and more and more health centers to promote the inclusive health facilities for the public. So now coming to the reaching the last mile, government has undertaken this ingredient of the seven ingredient of the Saptarishi, and that reaching the last mile, they have provided a great policy reforms for the northeastern region, and also with developmental activities in the faraway areas like the focus districts and priority districts. They will provide facilitation to all such kind of districts with the great support of finances and policy handholding and support to the sectors of that particular district. So that is the reaching last mile ingredient of the seven parameters. Infrastructure and investments is the third ingredient of this budget, because infrastructure is a major growth driver of any economy, and that is also needed to build Atmanirbhar Bharat and to become a developed economy, and to provide the state of the art infrastructure to our manufacturers, to our exporters. So government has earmarked rupees 10 lakh crore infra outlay for the capital investments. That is a great thing which has happened. That will push the aggregate demand in the economy. That will provide a great room for the job creation. Because when there are investments, capital investments in the economy, then the aggregate demand is also positively impacted, and that provides the job creation in the economy, and then people demand for goods and services. Then the factory production also increases. Factories are able to expand their production possibility frontiers, and then they deploy more and more workforce in their factories, and a virtuous circle of the economy is also created. So that will be a great push to the overall economic activity through the capital investments by the government. And I would like to mention that capital investments by the government are increasing each day and each year, as government has increased current year's outlay by 33%. Now government is ready to spend rupees 10 lakh crore in the capital investments. And second thing is, within this ingredient, when capital investments are there, then they also attract the private capital investments. Government capital investments also attract the private capex. Because when the infrastructure is built, government is ready to provide jobs, and factory production is also increased, then the factories also expand. They also expand their private capex to expand their capacities to meet up the demand, because the capacity utilization becomes at the higher level. So they have to expand their machinery to produce more to fulfill the demand in the economy. So capital investments create a great demand that is called the aggregate demand in the country. So moving ahead, then the government, the fourth ingredient is unleashing the potential. Because sometimes we face so many hurdles, we face so many roadblocks for the investments, and we face so many compliances and the regulations, and we are not able to fulfill our thoughts. So government has removed more than 39,000 compliances from the regulatory environment, so that the ease of doing business becomes more and more lucrative, and people are able to invest more in the economy. And now the government is also working on decriminalization of the minor offenses. Sometimes offenses are minor, and people are put in jails. So to remove that fear, government is removing such kind of minor offenses from the Decriminalization Act. So government is ready to unleash the potential of the people and the businesses, so that they are able to participate more in the economic system. And fifth ingredient is the green growth. That is called the green energies, green hydrogen. That is also a great parameter, because this is now becoming a major promising area to push the trajectory of Indian economy to the next level. So government has already earmarked 19,700 crores for the hydrogen mission, which is a great amount to provide push to the green hydrogen, because with the development of green hydrogen, we will be able to remove the so many pollution related issues in the country, and we will be moving towards the clean energy, which is called the green energy, and the content of green will be increased in the GDP. So our GDP will also be becoming green in the coming times with this put of mission of this green hydrogen. Then the government has provided push to the youth power. This is the sixth parameter of our Saptrishi parameters. So youth power is a great thing which will drive the growth trajectory of the Indian economy, because now youth is a major growth driver. They are the innovators. They are the change agents. They will provide a new shape to the Indian economy in the coming times. And And we are happy that our youth will push our growth trajectory towards a developed economy. We will become a developed economy with the support of our youth. So they have provided new reforms. They have provided the new trajectory to the youth power with so many parameters, with the development of educational institutes, with the development skill development centers, and to open up the creative malls. Also thought to provide a great cultural push to the youth power. And our seventh parameter, which is called the financial sector, that is the seventh ingredient of uh, this budget, which is based on the Saptarishi. So, financial sector, like there are sometimes hurdles in the financial trajectory. Financials must be very, very simple to understand and simple to comply also. So, government has provided so many reforms uh, for the regulatory environment, the regulatory institutions, and also support to the weaker or impacted sectors of the economy, like MSME sector. MSME sector is also vulnerable to the global shocks, and sometimes the shocks such as the COVID-19. So they are now rejuvenating. So to continue this trajectory, government has provided rupees 9,000 crore push for the credit guarantee scheme, so that more and more finances are given to the MSME sector. Apart, government has announced so many reforms for the regulator, and and there are reforms in the taxation system. In the direct taxation system, I think there is a great reform. The reform is that you don't have to pay any tax till the income of 7 lakh. So that is a great push to and to our newcomers and new job joinees, so that they will not be impacted by the incidence of taxation in their early stage or early age, so they can fulfill their dreams and their demands at that stage. So that is a great trajectory that government has provided to the growing young class, so that they are not impacted by much taxes. And then government has provided some relief in the custom duties, so that raw materials are not becoming that much dearer, and cost of doing business is also coming down, and price cost margins of the producers are increased. So government has cut down custom duties significantly from a peak of 21-22% to 13-14%. That is also a great push to our manufacturers through the financial sector. Apart, government has provided so many reforms for the growth and development of economy, such as reforms for the ease of doing business, reforms for the financial markets, reforms for the regulatory markets, and reforms for the inclusive growth and development of Indian economy. So this is budget in nutshell, and we look forward that we will achieve the anticipated growth trajectory of somewhere between 6 to 6.8%, as we are the fastest moving economy in the global ecosystem, and our macroeconomic parameters are becoming more and more visible and lucrative for the global investment community, and they are investing in the market. And because international investments always find the promising growth partners, and India is one of them. And we have this story not for the years but for the decades, till we become a developed economy by 2047. That is the thought, and that is the thought of our leaders, and that is also the thought of our people, and and that is also a great support to our whole trajectory of the reforms, and we look forward that we will recover from the shocks very soon, like Russia-Ukraine conflict and other developments like high inflation and skyrocketing commodity prices. And we have addressed those challenges very adequately. And going ahead, we will be moving ahead with great growth and sustainable growth in the coming times. Thank you very much for your patience, and I think we will hold our question answer session after some time or after some days. I hope I recovered uh, all
Yes.
your expectations.
Actually, thank you so much. It was more than expectations, like how you described the five major pillars from resilience to control over commodity prices to private investment,
Right.
credit growth rate, and export. Like how the reduction in export will not even get impacted due to the sound demand that we have in our economy. Also, the way you comprehensively explained as the Saptarishi part was really overwhelming. So thank you so much, sir,
Yes.
for that. Thank you so much.
Thank
Yeah.
you very much, brilliant students of Hansraj College, and look forward that you are growing in a much higher trajectory in the coming times with the support of so many reforms by the policymakers.
Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much,
much,